we will be declared the winner on the fight against climate change before 2040. This is going to change the oil sands. This is going to change Alberta. This is going to change the world. Man has not figured out an effective way of getting rid of plastic. To do that, we can only do it in partnership with the landowner, the property owners, the landowners, and the peoples and the First Nations on whose backyard. And so we started at one end of the country to the other, and the Quatsina First Nation became our first partners in northwestern Vancouver Island. There's a tailor-made in-the-ground old mine site that's abandoned now, that's perfect for energy storage. Would be enough clean energy to energize the entire island of Vancouver. We're going to need clean energy for coming up with a clean way of moving the bitumen out of Alberta. We then said, okay, so now how do we move it? All we need to do is make one rule. It says, do not design anything that's not CO2 free. 24/7 heating is very expensive. That's the bar. We gotta beat that. We gotta come up with something that is zero heating. When you get to zero heating, then now all of a sudden you're doing the opposite of what the heating does. Is you're controlling the temperature where it is workable, handleable, and that's room temperature. The first thing we need to do is take it receive it in a liquid form, i.e. manageable form, to shape it, and we have to make a container. Now the container that we came up with has to be strong enough so that it doesn't burst while it's solidifying or while it's transported. In that container, also do the opposite of sticking one to stick together, is to resist or reduce the friction between the two things. We designed the shape of the container in such a way that all those odd-looking shapes that we had, it's one constant shape, but those odd shapes, is that there's less than 5% touch each other. Now, what's so important about the 5%, less than 5%, is that it leaves a lot of room for air. And we store them so that it will maximize the performance of water or air cooling. All we do is we put our storage, instead of above the ground, we put it 3/4 of the way into the ground, just a minimum to put it in the ground. And we end up treating it and using it like our parents used the root cellars in our house. Once you make plastic, it'll live there for 1,000 years or plus, etc. We said now what we're going to do is we're only going to use waste plastic. Asphalt, when it's put out in the road, is recyclable for life. So you've eliminated the waste plastic from the planet.